Hey there, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you on what's been a pretty dreary and gloomy day. Now, some of us did get a few breaks in the clouds, and we got some sunshine because of that, and that has created some pretty beautiful shots here across the region, and we're going to talk about those here in a second. But a lot of the day featured heavier downpours, times that were drier. We also had some lightning and thunder in a few spots. We still have more thunderstorm potential into the day for tomorrow, and it looks like we're going to be keeping an eye out too for some heavier snow across the North Cascades. Some updated alerts to tell you about there, and some coastal flooding too that's going to be hanging with us as we head on into the next couple of days. But I did want to first start off with this gorgeous shot of the double rainbow sent in by our very own Chris Egan from down in Puyallup, and you can see that wonderful shot right there. And a few of us did get to see some of those sun breaks throughout the day. As we head on into the night, obviously the sun is going to be down, but we are going to have some dry times. But we are going to keep an eye out for some more thunderstorms. Now, the potential for seeing some stronger storms out there will be generally out towards the south coast, and a lot of those will be dying off here as we head on into more of the nighttime hours. I wanted to point your focus to what's happening down there across the south coast too, where you see that deeper green color. That is where the Storm Prediction Center kind of upgraded those chances of seeing thunderstorms and even some stronger thunderstorms for the South Washington coast earlier this afternoon. And that's going to hang around at least for the first half of the night tonight. The potential for maybe some gusty winds, maybe exceeding 45, 50 miles per hour. Some small hail, too, could be connected with some of those thunderstorms that come on through. And then they also had this very unique wording. Rotating showers. Now, that's not to get you concerned, and we're not talking about tornadic activity really with that. We're really more so referring to just the rotation in the clouds within some of those heavier downpours, because we have that area of low pressure spinning just off of the coast, helping to give us the instability for these storms, and at the same time, too, helping to create a little more of that spin in the atmosphere. Again, not really worrying about tornadic activity here as we head on into the night. Of course, we'll keep you updated if anything changes, but definitely be ready for the rain here tonight and into the day again for tomorrow, along with a few more of those thunderstorms and more of those breezy winds. For Friday, a lot of that rain will be heading on out of here. We'll see decreasing showers, temperatures dropping down just a bit more, and then we'll be rewarded with a nice weekend, drying out Saturday, Sunday, getting up to 60 degrees, partly sunny skies. Rain not coming until closer, if not after sunset on Sunday, and we'll see more of that into next work week. Here's Port Angeles, and you can kind of see off into the distance where we did have some of those breaks in the clouds, giving us those pretty nice, gorgeous, orangish and goldish looks of the sky. Not the case right now, just a few water droplets showing up on the camera lens, but the rain for the time being not coming down as heavily. And here into the first part of our evening, here around Seattle, also seeing a bit of that shake to the camera as winds currently come in at about 11 miles per hour. Now, this camera in particular, it's up on Queen Anne, and it's even higher up on Queen Anne, so that's why you get a little more exposure to the wind. As far as what's going to be happening tonight, temperatures won't be budging a whole lot. We'll stay around those low to mid 50s. We'll see more of those off and on periods of rain, and a lot more of that to come into the day for tomorrow, too. Now, here's radar. You can see where we have this wide area of moderate to steady rainfall, some heavier pockets too across more of east side. Let me go ahead and zoom into that for you. You can see that right here, impacting areas closer to North Bend right now. It did extend over towards the west a bit, closer to Issaquah, and more around areas such as Bellevue, up around Redmond too. Farther south, getting closer to Maple Valley. All of those areas were really being inundated by some of this heavier rain. Now, things are letting up a little bit here around the I-5 corridor. At the same time, though, we are keeping an eye out for more instability popping off just off of the coast. And most of that is right off more of the north coast of Oregon and up this way around more the central and south coast of Washington. And that's where you have those areas of lightning and thunder as of right now that are moving on through. Again, within some of those, we're talking about some pea-sized hail, some quick burst of winds within some of them, and we're keeping an eye out for some of those rotating showers, as I mentioned earlier before. Otherwise, though, we're just going to keep things more on the wet side here as we head on into the night, as those showers continue to track in and out here through the region. All right, big picture is that spinning area of low pressure just off of the coast is helping to kick a lot of that activity off. We'll have another one move on through, but it's going to be our cold front that starts to push on by heading into the day tomorrow that will be really responsible for the second surge of some pretty heavy winds and rain that we're expecting, and eventually some lower snow levels too, which will help in really producing some of the higher snow totals that we're expecting here across the North Cascades. Now, this is where you see that pink coloring showing up, the winter storm warnings. Well, those were actually upgraded today from a winter weather advisory where it was before, because we're expecting an additional 8 to 12 inches of snow, and maybe for areas getting closer to Mount Baker, hey, snowboarders, skiers, check this out, 1 to 2 feet of snow here as we head throughout that 10 a.m. time frame on Friday. So pretty exciting stuff with that. Think about it's only confined to up there. Everywhere farther south, we're talking about higher snow levels and keeping things more into the form of liquid for the time being. Maybe the tail end of it heading into Thursday night and Friday, we'll start to see some things change for us at that point. Also wanted to point out what's going to be happening here as far as what we're going to be seeing later on into the day tomorrow as far as the potential for thunderstorms again. It's out there. That's where you see that light green shading, and it covers a lot of the state of Washington, including all of us here across western Washington. So let's talk about that. Futurecast has us here as we head on into the night, featuring some of those showers kind of off and on in nature, up across the Cascades, higher terrain, up above 6,000 feet. More of that snow that will be falling across some of those parts. Then we'll head into the day tomorrow. 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, the rain won't be too widespread. At that point, we'll still have some showers around and maybe some heavier pockets, but it'll be more hit or miss in nature at that time. Expected to start to ramp up, though, by tomorrow evening. Here we are getting closer to about 2 to 3 o'clock, so about an hour, hour and a half, closer to 2 hours, before sunset. And then this is when we're starting to see some of those heavier pockets of rain come on through. Now, this is going to be with our cold front, and that's eventually going to blast on through, and that heads its way farther to the east as we head on into the first part of the night on Thursday. And this is when you start to see that blue shading across the Cascades. At that point, that will start to expand and spread out just a bit more. So more areas will be getting in on the action when it comes to snow throughout the latter part of Thursday night and into the day on Friday as the showers start to decrease across the area, but we'll still have some of that snow still going at that point. As far as the amounts of rain we're still expecting here from now until Saturday morning at 3 o'clock, maybe another inch or so of rain for many of our spots. I would say generally, though, between about a half an inch to an inch. Probably good range for many of us here with those areas north and east of the Cascades. As usual, rain-shadowed spots getting just a bit less. And then as far as some of the snow that we could be seeing here, higher spots, Baker and Paradise, which are more on the higher side when it comes to our elevation. Around Stevens Pass and White Pass and Crystal Mountain, I think those amounts might be a little high as far as what we could see. But a good 4 to 8 inches, definitely within the realm of possibility, maybe an inch or two out of this as we get towards the tail end of it around Snoqualmie Pass, Hurricane Ridge, maybe closer into that 4 to 8 inch range as well. Okay, so overnight tonight, expect those temperatures to dip down into the upper 40s and low 50s. Going to be a relatively mild night. Not going to see too much of a drop in temperatures. And then highs tomorrow getting up to around the mid-50s in Blaine, Orcas Island at 55, around 52 in Cedro-Woolley. We'll see highs around the mid-50s down this way around Granite Falls and Monroe. Clinton hitting 56 degrees. Oak Harbor reaching 55. We'll see more of the mid-50s around Kingston and Shoreline. Mid-50s for us in Issaquah, a high 56 in Maple Valley and in Enumclaw. Des Moines, 57 for you, 56 in Bremerton. We'll see a high 55 in Belfair, 60 in Puyallup. More mid-50s down this way around Centralia, 57 in Longview, 57 over towards Ocean Park. Ocean Shores at 57 degrees, Nia Bay at 53, and Port Angeles will top off at 54 degrees. All right, your forecast over the next 7-day stretch does give us that chance of rain and some of those thunderstorms here again into the day for tomorrow. Kind of a repeat of what we had today. And then things start to let up a bit more in terms of the rain heading into Friday, just a bit cooler for Friday and Saturday. And keeping an eye out for a pretty decent day for both days, Saturday and Sunday. It's just Sunday might look like it's going to be the milder day for us as we get up close to 60 degrees before more active weather comes in heading into the start of next week, or next work week at least, and starts to cool us back down. Okay, everyone, well, keep an eye out and an ear out for that lightning and thunder, especially if you're out towards the coast. Definitely want to be weather aware at that point. Otherwise, just have the rain gear nearby. Watch out for some of those areas of ponding on the roads. Try not to hydroplane, and just take care and stay dry here. So we head on into your day on Thursday. We'll talk to you soon.